What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. Spence Locks here, coming at you with some free picks and projections for NBA playoffs tonight. We got three interesting games we're going to go over. First, last night, what the fuck happened? We had some crazy shit going on in the NBA last night. And then we're going to go into each game of the three games for tonight. We're going to talk about general understanding. We're going to talk about projections overall. We're going to look at the lines. We're going to talk about player props. So make sure real quick that you guys smash the subscribe and the bell notification button so you get notified when I put out new videos, so you can get your plays in, get the locks in. I appreciate the support on my channel, guys. I've been putting in a ton of work. I've been, especially this week. So let's win tonight. I got some shit on the games, and so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of analysis. Make sure that you guys know what you're doing, so we can make some money tonight. So first, let's go into last night real quick. Last night we had game between the Pacers and the Bucks, and I went in on this game. So I'll show you my screen real quick here. This was first play. I actually did a same game parlay on this game, and so I had Brook Lopez over 14.5 points. He ended up going off. Bro had like mad 3-pointers as well, and he did 27 points. And my theory for this was obviously Giannis is hurt for the Bucks, and then Damian Lillard was also out. So we knew somebody had to step up, and I already thought that person was going to be Brook Lopez, just a veteran, been playing decently well, but with Dame out as well. And then what happened? Bobby Portis got ejected in the first quarter, so that makes it even more favorable for Brooks to go off, and he did just that. I also had Tyrese Halliburton over 28.5 points and assists. He's been going off in assists, and recently hasn't been going that crazy with points. I thought he was going to bounce back with points, and he ended up hitting his points line, but I ended up missing the points and assists by 0.5, which is absolutely traumatic. It's a bad beat, but it is what it is. And then I had Indiana money line. Something I'm realizing is that I could have just split these up a little bit and taken less of a risk. But this would have been a big payout if I had just hit this by 0.5 more. Nonetheless, it is what it is, right? Then we had I had this Suns over 51.5, and that was a lock, and they were down 3-0. KD coming in, right? KD and Booker had an absolute game. Beal kind of shit the bed, but I knew that KD, it's like a LeBron situation, right, with the Nuggets in Game 3 when they were about to get swept in Game 4, right? And LeBron just wasn't going to let that happen, and that prediction was right also, and I cashed on that play as well, and I got some stuff on VIP today for that game, and I got some free projections, so I'm not going to take too long to go over last night, but we did cash this. They ended up clearing this by a lot. I knew that they were going to come out firing. They were going to be playing loose, and I also had Kevin Durant as a player prop. I ended up parlaying him with Rudy Gobert, but Rudy had 9 in the second quarter, and he just did absolutely no points in the second 2 quarters, which is traumatic. But this one should have hit as well. Could have hit if you had taken Kevin Durant over in points on its own. That would have locked. But yeah, so let's go over real quick here. So this is what we got first. This is Celtics and Heat, right? And Celtics have been obviously, crushing the Heat. Besides that Game 2 where the Heat was just firing mad threes uncontested. Hero went off. It's tough to say, really. Like, the lines on this game are pretty crazy. Like, if you take Celtics money line, it's like the payout isn't even that crazy, to the point where, like, I think if you risk like $500, you're gonna make like $600 back. So it's like, I expect the Celtics to win this game, but it's not something I would really throw money on the money line, unless you want to. You obviously can. Celtics are probably gonna win, but you could have another game like Game 2 where the Heat are just, because the game's in Miami as well. So it's just something I wouldn't feel that confident about, as well as the spread. Like, when it says minus 10.5, that means Boston has to win by 11 points. And I just think, like, the game's in Miami. Miami could also be on vacation mode. We don't really know, so it's something that I'm not that confident about. And then it'll show you, Miami, they have to win the game or they have to cover by 11, right, or 10.5, which means they have to win or they can't lose by more than 11. I don't feel that one either. Um, I would shoot if you're gonna do over and under the total score. I would shoot for the over on this one. However, I'm interested in more in player props. I'll give you guys some player props for that game, and then we'll go over the other two games real quick here. So, um, obviously for the Heat, right? We don't have Jimmy Butler, which is puts the Heat in a bad situation. Also, Rozier is not playing. So if you're gonna do any player props for the Celtics versus Heat, I would say look for Bam to score, but he did 24 points in the first game, 21 points in the second game, 20 in the third game, and the line for tonight is 20.5. So you could hammer him on the over in points. Personally, I didn't really touch player props yet for this game. Don't know if I'm going to, but if I was going to, that's one option. Also, you can run with Jaylen Brown in points to go over. And, first game he did 17 points. Second game he did 33. Third game he did 22. And the line for tonight is sitting around 21.5. So, I would feel better about that play than the Bam over in points. And, like if you take Jaylen Brown in that game, you can pair him up with one of the player props that I give you in some of the other later games. But overall, like, I probably did the least activity on the Celtics versus Heat. It's just a game that I just don't feel as confident about, and in any aspects of that game it could really go a lot of different ways. Miami could be on vacation mode and checked out and ready to just go and say fuck it. They could also have a crazy game too, like they did last time, and Tyler Hero come in and just start fucking popping threes. But I really do think that the Celtics are going to have a much better defense. They're not going to let him go uncontested. I think the Celtics are going to win this game, but then the money line just isn't as big. Like it's minus 520, minus 500, minus 520. It's just not something where it's like really worth the investment. Save your money and do something on the later games. But that's just my preference. Okay, game 2, guys. We got the New Orleans Pelicans and Oklahoma City Thunder. So let's get into this one. Oklahoma City is looking to send the Pelicans home. And, really, I do see that happening here. Without Zion Williamson, the Pelicans don't really have as good of a chance. It's not looking too good for him. And then Ingram's been playing like absolute shit for the Pelicans. So we'll talk about him a little bit in the player props. But let's switch over to this screen quick. So here we go. You can see what's up. The money line. The spread right now is minus 4.5 plus 4.5. So, Oklahoma City has to win by 5 points, right? Or the Pelicans have to win the game, or they can't lose by more than 5 points. It's kind of a weird line here, but, it is what it is there. I actually locked in. I have a VIP play. I have 2 VIP plays tonight. Which I'm going to be dropping. One of them is for this game, actually. And yeah, so that's this one. Let's go into player props for this one. It's pretty good value, I guess, if you want to take. Well, I'm not going to give you the VIP play. I'm just like for the free picks, I'm going to be going over like my analysis and more like player props. And then for VIP, I'm doing like some bigger bets for VIP, and my own personal ones that I'm locking in are going to be on my VIP. And if you guys want to check out my VIP, it's over here on Winnable, winnable.com/SpenceLocks. Use code Spence20 if you want to save 20% off of any of these plans. You can lock in the day, the week, the month, or the year. That 20% will be applied to any of the ones that you want to lock in. Check it out, guys. I appreciate the love and support. So let's go over player props for game 2, which is the Pelicans and Oklahoma City Thunder. Chet Holmgren, he's been balling in the regular season. Last few games, he's been kind of iffy, right? Especially last game, bro. He kind of pooped last game. So he only did 14 points. Now, he started off the series doing 28 points. Oh, okay. No, he only did, I'm sorry. Last game, he only did 6 points, bro. 6 points in game three, um, which is unreal. So he did 15 game one, 26 game two, 6 on game three. And tonight's line for points is sitting around 15 and a half. I'm looking for him to make a bounce back. Um, I'm thinking he's pissed off after scoring 6 points last game, and I would like to take him on the over on points. Chet Holmgren. Also, we got Brandon Ingram. Like I said before, for the Pelicans, he's been playing like trash. He's going against Dort. Dort's been locking him up all day on defense. Dort's a really good defensive player, so I'm expecting him to go under. And I have him on PRA. If you look at the lines for PRA, against the Oklahoma City Thunder, since game one, he's done 15. Game two, he's done 26. I'm sorry. Game one, he's done 21. Game two, he's done 25. Game three, he's done 24. And the line tonight is at 30 and a half. So, he's missed 21. He's missed the 25. He's missed the 24. And tonight, it's going up to 30 and a half for PRA. I just don't see it happening. He hasn't bounced back. He's been getting locked up all series, and so I would run him. Brandon Ingram under PRA is sitting around 30 and a half right now. And then for one more player prop for that game, you could rock with Trey Murphy, and you could run him over 14 to 15 points. He did 21 points in game one, 8 in game two, 10 in game three, but in game three he only hit 4 out of 12 shots. So in the line tonight's at 14 and a half, so he did 10 last game and he only hit 4 out of 12 shots. So if he gets his consistency up even a little bit, the line's he's playing a ton of minutes, the most minutes for the Pelicans. So I would take him on the over, and you guys can lock in these plays anywhere, right? I have code Spence on Prize Picks, Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Betr, right? That's going to double your deposit on any of those apps if you want to download them. The links are in the description of this video. Also, sportsbooks, got FanDuel, DraftKings links for extra money and bonus bets in the description. Make sure that you're 21 and up for sportsbooks. And if you have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER for the sportsbooks. I got to mention it in my videos, guys. But yeah, make sure you guys take advantage of those. It helps me out. I'm here to help you guys out. So yeah, those are the player props for that game. Now let's get into the final game here, and this is probably the most interesting game for me. I'm looking forward to this one the most. This is Lakers and Nuggets, guys, and let's go into this here. I said this last time, LeBron will not get swept. Last game. Tonight's a different story. I have some fucking cash on this game tonight. But realistically, I was like, bro, this guy's one of the GOATs. I thought a little bit about KD, but not as strong as I do about LeBron. And KD had Booker, had Beal, but LeBron has AD. They're two big units. They got something to prove. LeBron definitely has something to prove. And coming off that high win last time against the Nuggets in LA, I think they're feeling good. They're going to have, if they can make this series 3-2, it'll be interesting. And I think that's what everybody wants to see. So here we go. This is what we're looking like for this game here. These are the game lines. The spreads, you can kind of take either, I'd say. But yeah, here we go for the lines. And right now, currently, the public's kind of leaning towards Lakers, and the sharps are leaning towards the Nuggets. Now, me personally, I gotta roll with the GOAT here. I gotta roll with the GOAT. Jokic I think he's gonna put in a hell of a performance and really, really fucking lead the Nuggets. I do think the Nuggets could pull off the win, but I don't think it's gonna be by a lot. I don't think like LeBron wants to potentially go into retirement with his last game being sloppy like that. I think he's gonna put out an absolute show, and they're gonna go hard. And if the Nuggets do win, all right, fuck it. They're in Denver, the whole thin air thing. Lakers aren't going to be able to breathe. Home court advantage. You can say whatever, but when it comes down to it, LeBron is LeBron. And if the Nuggets do win, I don't think it's going to be by that much. Okay, let's go into player props for that game. And so we got, who's been balling, bro, for the Nuggets? Michael Porter Jr. The dude's been, I have him on points and rebounds. You could also rock just rebounds. His rebounds lines is set at around 8 for tonight. He's been crushing that. But even for points and rebounds, he did 27 first game, 31 second game, 30 the third game. I'm sorry, bro. Porter Jr.'s done points and rebounds. He's done, 27, 31, then 30, then 38, and today it's at 27 and a half. And, it's looking like a good line. And the only game he didn't hit it was the first one, right? It was like 27. So you could rock with rebounds or points and rebounds for Michael Porter Jr. I think that's a strong bet. Also, Anthony Davis, 43.5 PRA. Or you can take points and rebounds. But look, Anthony Davis, PRA, points, rebounds, assists. Bro's been cooking. First game he did 51. Second game he's done 45. Third game he's done 51. And, fourth game he did 54. So bro's hit that line every single time, 4 for 4. He's been balling, bro. And I think his line's only at 43.5 tonight. He did 54 last game and 51 the time before. He's hit this every single time, and this is the lowest line that it's ever been the whole entire series. I'm taking that all day, guys. So Anthony Davis, I think he's putting on a show. And like I said, guys, I'm locked in today. Those are the player props. I'm not going to tell you how to pair them up unless you're in my VIP. Like, VIP is going to eat. But, hey, those are some really good lines. Those are what I saw. I went through the players. I went through the analyses. I'd say the ones I feel best about are Anthony Davis, like I said, Jaylen Brown, Brandon Ingram to go under, and Chet Holmgren to go over. Those are like what I'm thinking. If you want to pair them up on Chalkboard, Prize Picks, Betr, Sleeper, Underdog, use my code Spencer, the link in the description. You can run those. I would do them as in 2-mans. I wouldn't go more than 2-mans, guys, on these entries. Or if you want to just lock them in as single entries or on sports books, you can do that to be safe. Or you can rock them in like a same game parlay or a parlay on the sports books, however you really want to run them. But I wouldn't go 3-mans really. Although the payouts are higher, guys, don't fall for like it all the time, because I know you want to turn 100 into 700, right? But sometimes in this game, it's better off to just take the littler profits, but still being profitable every single day rather than burning out. That's what I gotta say. If you appreciate this video, I know this was a long one, but I really put a lot of effort and work into this, and I want to get you guys the best locks and picks possible for the rest of the NBA playoffs. We got until June, right? So we got a whole nother month of this shit. And I'm excited for football, like I already told you guys. But let's make some bread for NBA. If you like the video, please smash the like button, turn on notify, subscribe, check out my VIP picks, right? 20% off with code Spence20. The link's in the description to my winnable. The links are in the description of this video for all of the sports books and DFS apps to lock in the plays. Get extra money and bonus bets with those links, and get some extra money and deposits. Double your deposits on the DFS apps. Like I said, appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for the love. Spence Locks.